Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the first episode of Ten Kolaches Podcast. I'm going to start this episode off with Meche's Donut King over in Lafayette, Louisiana. Very well known for their donuts, their king cakes, and their kolaches. Now, previously I've discussed with Houston how there's a certain kind of kolache that I really like, and Meche's is one of the best examples. So, as we stated before, 10 kolaches, 1 hour. Let's start this off. Got my little timer. I'm going to tell you a little bit about these as I go through. So, let's get going. Hit start. Let's do this, man. So when I went there, when I first started going there, they maybe had like 4 different kinds of kolaches. There was like ham and cheese, ham, sausage and cheese. I think like with jalapeno. Now they moved on to a bunch of different kinds. So when I went there, I told them, give me one of everything until you hit 10. So I just let her pick them out. So let's see what we got. Ham and cheese, classic. Let's see, I'll turn this light down a little bit so you can see the label a little bit better. There we go. That was blown out now. So, there's a little guy right there. Yeah. Some good old ham and cheese in there for you. Pretty good. Great start. Loving it. Still really hot. Oh yeah. For me, can't have donuts without some strawberry milk. I'm going with some Borden's. We're local. They have the finest strawberry cows that I've ever seen. That's one. Okay. It was probably like one of the earliest ones I had. Plain sausage. I know this is going to be good. A little bit smaller because, not as much filling. I don't know if they use the same amount of dough regardless of what's inside. But there's a little sausage in there. Pretty good. We're at 2.5 minutes so far. Now, we'll say this will probably be a bit harder if we were doing kolaches from somewhere like Buc-ee's, which some of you might be familiar with, where they're like, they're about that thick and maybe that long. I'd say it's more that those have way more breading, or maybe that they allow the bread to rise more. I don't know. It's 2. Let's dig deeper, because she's kind of worked her way down. I know that she's been in the left side of the cabinets. Boudin. This one they added a few years ago. I don't always get it, but sometimes I do. Just depends on how recently I just had regular boudin. It was still pretty hot, so hopefully this doesn't burn me. I would be interested to know who their supplier for this is. It'd be kind of a fun little fact to know. Yep, that strawberry milk. For those of you who don't know, boudin is usually rice, beef, like ground beef, liver, onions, green onions, and I want to say that's it. It's been a minute since I've made it. In a big casing, then you steam it. And it is something good. Now, what's kind of interesting, can't really see it on here, is it sort of looks like between the casing. Well, that's the other thing. I don't know if they even use a casing. I didn't taste the crunch of it at all. But it looks like there's almost like some cheese. Or maybe that's just the dough that wasn't able to cook all the way because of the boudin itself. I don't know. It's yummy though. I don't really taste cheese. It's hard to see. It sort of looks like that. I know there's different kinds of kolaches around the world. Maybe one day we'll be able to do like a world tour. I don't know. But I'm pretty happy with the kolache that I can get here in Louisiana. I think it's unique from what I understand. I know there's Texas kolaches, which are the same sense in that there's meat in it. But those are like way bigger. And as you know, I'm a huge fan about meat to whatever ratios. That's three. This is one that I'm familiar with. A little turkey and pepper jack. Just got a little bit of bite to it. Now, I gotta admit that I wasn't planning on recording this morning. It was just kind of a last minute decision. So, I'm not eating this with the vigor that I might normally attack things with. Because I had a pretty late dinner. And it's 8:30 right now. So, not hammering this as fast as I could. We're at 7 minutes. I'm not really sweating it. I think of anything, that can't remember the scientific name, but that full trigger is gonna hit in my brain. I'm gonna have to push through it like a champ. It's good. Good. I like it. I'd say that, if anything, the cheese kind of overpowers the turkey. There's a bit more to get through, mostly because of the cheese. There's a lot of cheese in that one. It's probably like at least a mozzarella stick's worth. Like just the mozzarella cheese that you get in the refrigerated section. Like one of those was in there. Ooh. So, I don't know if I had this one before. This is Cajun smoked sausage, great start, with jalapeno. That's always a good treat. And pepper jack cheese. Now, I love that kind of sausage. Shout out to Teats over in Ville Platte. Best sausage. But I don't know if I've had one of these Meche's kolaches like this. So, check her out. Okay, so they're using their usual strategy where it's jalapeno in the bread. A lot of times, like, I might find the jalapenos might be a little too sharp for me, especially in the morning. It might irritate my stomach, and I don't want my day to be like that. No, I'm a huge fan of spicy food. But sometimes jalapenos just don't hit right, especially in this, sort of setting. But, you know, it still tastes great. So, you know, I got the day off. This is New Year's Eve. So, I don't have a lot. I gotta go to the grocery store, claim my little stickers at Albertsons. I'm gonna get me a wok finally. So looking forward to that. We're at 11 minutes, and this is number 5. So, not sure if you can see it, but they looks like they cut a sausage link down the middle, down the length of it, because the regular link probably was just too big for the size of kolaches I do. Having a full size one is something that you would see with like the bigger kolaches, which I'm not always a fan of, but in that instance, it usually works out pretty good. And I finally can see that they put the cheese in the sausage. It's not around it. Jalapeno is getting in my nose. Excuse me. That was a big one. To clear my nose. Excuse me for a second. Oh man, that was a hearty sneeze. I feel the sleep in my back from that one. It was good. Again, I don't know if I'd get that again, mostly because it's a jalapeno, but just depends on what mood I'm in. Alright, let's see. Go to the front. Go back to the front of the bag. Alright. So, again, this is a Cajun smoked sausage with just pepper jack. Which, if anything, this is probably what I would lean more towards between the two. There's nothing wrong with the other one. Again, a link cut down the middle. We're in 15 minutes. Well, 14:50 now. I'm liking it. I like it. I like it. I like it. Not always a lot to say, so I might ADD out and start surfing the internet while I'm chewing. Maybe it's something that we fast forward through, because I don't want to chew with my mouth full. You know, that's rude. Something we'll have to figure out. Not sure what happened with the focus there. I went a little crazy for a second. That was number 6. 4 more to go. I wonder what they are. Ham and cheese with jalapenos. So this is something they've had for years. And again, it's their dough with just some jalapeno thrown into it. Excuse me. Let me get some eating fuel in us. 4 to go. We're nearing 18 minutes. I wonder if they had a challenge, what would it be? What is something that mere mortals could not achieve? I was thinking about going camping this week, but the weather is just not having it. I'm going to have to go like 8 hours away to find a place that it's not going to be thunderstorming. So that sucks. Alright. That one's done. So, ooh, this has always been one of my favorites. Sausage and cheese. Classic. We're at 21 minutes. So, this is back to like their regular sausage, where it's a smaller link. I wouldn't call it breakfast sausage, no. But it's different from the Cajun smoked sausage. This is probably, might be more beef based. The Cajun sausage is explicitly say it, but it's probably mostly pork. That's the usual way that you do smoked sausage around here. All right. All right. Down to the last two. Let's see what we got here. Oh, I wonder if there's just a ham one. I don't know if that exists. But I would be very disappointed if I'm that right now. Oh, this is one of their new ones. It doesn't even have a traditional logo on it. This is a sausage, egg, and cheese. So I guess they're moving into like a more breakfasty type thing. Wasn't exactly hyped up to see this, but I'll give it a go. Kind of wish I hit this at the beginning, when I was at least hungry. I'm not hungry right now, but that's part of the challenge, right? So it's a sausage link, like you saw on the sausage and cheese, with a little flat piece of egg wrapped around it, and a little strip of cheese, and all kind of tucked in together. So all we got left. The milk is gone. She's run it dry. Oh, sweet, sweet strawberry cow milk. One more to go. What is it? Sausage and cheese with jalapenos. I think we already did this. It's been great. Good to know you guys. It's been a journey. '2020 has been crazy. Lots going on in the world. Alright, the last bite. It's been real, y'all. Maybe the last bite. I don't know. See how it feels when it goes in my mouth hole. It's not the last bite. I lied. The last bite. Did it. 10 Kolaches. 35.40. Meche is doing it, King. They're awesome. If you're in Louisiana, check them out. Highly recommend them. They even ship their king cakes, which are very good. Thank you for joining me. This has been Ten Kolaches Podcast. 10 Kolaches, 1 hour. Love y'all. Stay safe.